It's on DCA. What is going on, DCA Adventure? We are waiting here for a couple of minutes probably before they actually fully start. So we'll sit here and listen to what they got going on, covering the CES Intel coverage live with me and MINEYOURBIZ. Yo.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me, Mikhail. This is fun, man. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
just if it's okay, I'm just gonna grab the torch here in case you want to go grab like another cup of coffee. I know you're
I'm gonna go get another cup of coffee
today.
and torture myself a little more.
But yeah, we got guys T-minus seconds here.
Wow,
check to see.
And better the
Sorry,
lives.
people. I can hear it. That is super loud.
Of experiences that fuel connections, creation, and play.
Like the NVIDIA broadcast earlier, man. It was just like
You heard the man. Transformative. Hey, do you have a good auto ducking? Have auto ducking set up on your OBS?
Oh, not anymore. When I moved to DCs, I had to redo all of it, so I never re-enabled it. I was using pineapple or banana.
I gotta teach you. Well, dude, I gotta get you to. I'll just show you how to add a compressor to your audio sources, so you can just duck inside of OBS. No more third-party plugins. That's how I've been doing it in Linux because I didn't want to. My favorite one was Windows only, and so I couldn't bring it with me anyway.
Man, look at that entrance, man.
Dude,
what an
doing
entrance.
it big.
Welcome to Intel's CES.
Gregor, this guy's like, this is the highlight of my whole life.
Right?
Sorry, buddy. It's all downhill from here.
But in the interest of health and safety,
I love
and
it.
through the power of some technology.
All right, fam. I will be right back. See what he has to say. I'm gonna grab me a cup of coffee.
You know, the technology shown at CES every year always amazes me.
Well, we're virtually thrilled to be virtually with you virtually also, virtual Greg.
To advancing innovation. We're living in a world where the digitization of everything has become accelerated,
Dedicated.
transforming how we live, work, and play. This acceleration has been driven by what we call the 4 technology superpowers: ubiquitous computing, cloud-to-edge infrastructure, pervasive connectivity, and AI. Each one of these technologies are powerful on their own, but together they reinforce and amplify each other. And at Intel, we're harnessing these technology superpowers to deliver world-changing technology. We're making ubiquitous computing a reality, helping people to interact with a constantly changing face of technology. We're creating infrastructure that spans cloud to the edge to help process the massive amounts of data while addressing the demands for lower latency and higher bandwidth. We're driving pervasive connectivity, enabling technology to seamlessly communicate with everyone and everything. And we're bringing intelligence to it all with our advancements in AI. Today, I'm going to be joined by leaders from across Intel, including the Vice President of
so you want to have centralized intelligence.
And the CEO of Mobileye, Professor
So you could say Intel is kind of the centralized intelligence company.
Superpowers in 3 specific areas. First,
noted.
The incredible advancements we're making with industry-leading PC.
So you're a central intelligence superpower.
Second, the momentum and progress in our graphics business. And finally, the new advancements in automated driving solutions coming from Mobileye. Our time together is going to be action-packed with announcements every few minutes, so let's just dive right in. And let's start with a technology that's closest to my heart, the PC. Now, the PC is one of the most essential tools of modern times. And we're committed to advancing client innovation further to deliver purposeful computing experiences to unlock people's potential and bring that idea of ubiquitous computing to life. Just last quarter, we launched our 12th gen Intel Core desktop processors, headlined by the world's best gaming processor, the Intel Core i9-12900K. And the response has been just incredible.
Yep.
We're on pace to have our.
And admittedly, this was not that bad, right? The 11th gen was maybe a little bit of a disappointment, but yeah, gotta give credit where it's due.
Core family of processors with the superior performance to unlock the experiences that matter most to people, from gaming to creating, communication, collaboration, and more. 12th generation Intel Core represents our most significant breakthrough in x86 architecture in more than a decade. Built on our Intel 7 process node, these processors are Intel's first performance hybrid design featuring 2 core architectures, performance cores and efficient cores. And with Intel Thread Director built in, we can ensure that the right workload.
This actually is a pretty big deal, man. ARM architecture has, with the big little architecture, has had this for a while, and it's worked well for them. Obviously, Intel is finally catching on, and rather than just emulating some of what AMD's doing, this makes sense.
KS series processor. This processor takes performance to all new heights. It has a whopping 5.5 gigahertz single core turbo right out of the box. And with optimizations for performance cores, we can get above 5 gigahertz on multi-core performance. And I've got Chuck here with me today to show you that processor in action. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, thanks, GB. Here I have the game Hitman 3, which has been optimized for our new performance hybrid architecture. Now, the high frequencies and the intelligent use.
This is awesome, man. They made a special version of the new Intel processors just for the state of Kansas.
So you can see the game here. And GB said you were going to get those P cores at above 5 gigahertz, but you'll see those are hitting
the emotion. That's incredible, Chuck.
Wow, that's incredible, Chuck. And we'll ship this new enthusiast desktop part to OEM customers.
That's incredible, Chuck.
The platform technology we've showcased today isn't limited to just our desktop lineup. I'm thrilled to announce that starting today, we're bringing our new hybrid architecture to performance laptops.
Wow, this is awesome. So not only do they have a special edition of the 12th generation processor just for the state of Kansas, they've got 8 new laptops just for the element of hydrogen.
Our 12th Gen H series
These guys are scientific geniuses.
Than our prior generation. The result is
against everyone. We tested against your mom. She failed. We tested it against your niece. Haha. Also, loser.
To show it to you in action.
Wow. The new H series processors deliver incredible real-world gaming play experiences. And we're not just talking 1 or 2 games. You can see here, we are running the popular game Hitman 3 against the best.
Okay, so you named your competitor, but not your test bench, bro. Come on.
We said that our systems got 49% higher frame rates. And we have Rift Breaker at
our competitor is really slow.
FPS.
Just trust us. We definitely use their top of the line.
And Total War 3 Kingdoms at 47%. As you can see, across the board, we beat the competition on those top games.
I mean, I get it. It's just part of the game, but it gets annoying.
I love seeing the breadth of performance leadership here, and we expect to maintain that leadership through 2022 and beyond. Now, the 12th generation Core H series isn't just good at one thing, though. We designed the processor family to conquer
like what, Chuck?
high-intensity workloads at the same time.
Tell us more.
And no one knows this better than Toki, a content creator and Twitch streamer who's been.
You got millions of geeks looking this girl up now, and she's like, "Yeah, I really don't have that big a following, but whatever. They paid me money."
I actually run AMD, but you know, whatever.
Dude, right?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I know you've been putting the processor through the paces.
Like everybody else, I'm like totally looking up her channel right now.
So I understand that I'm one of the few who has had the opportunity to test out the new
on a laptop right there in front of her too. Not even a desktop.
Seriously, wow.
You know she runs a desktop at home.
What I was missing,
dude, right?
Until now.
Yeah, she's got a gaming content channel.
She's streaming Twitch right now as we speak. You can see it.
But to be totally honest with you, my real love, my real passion is streaming itself.
Good
and
camera though.
It's
the new Sony camera.
By the way, look at how
nice.
Yeah, I can see you're blowing up over here on the screen. That's great.
I've been doing this for some time. I've been streaming professionally for about 3 years now. And to be honest with you, in the past, there was always some element to my stream that was compromised. Whether that was some frame rate issue.
I was trying to look for
the word I would use, but
in
whatever.
general, which no one likes. And I have to say that with the new 12th gen device,
compromised.
all of those
you could say I was doxed.
I'm so excited for it.
No, I love it. I love gaming, streaming, all without compromise.
You know, it's funny if you try to look for Toki, like Toki's channel on YouTube, it is totally a children's animated series.
Virtually in the air.
Nice.
Okay, great. Well, hey, we've shown that the 12th generation
she's not
processors are great for gamers and streamers.
Twitch.
So now let's
Apparently.
also show the experiences they unlock for creators.
Twitch partners.
Whether you're a hobbyist, a studio animator, or doing other creation kind of tasks, we built the 12th generation core for you. And with our performance and efficient cores, you can execute performance-heavy tasks like encoding or rendering, while
she's got a pretty
background tasks like file transfers, web browsing, and more.
All right.
All at
big
the same
following
time
on
without
Twitch.
compromise. But to truly appreciate it,
43,000
you've got to
followers,
see
so
it
she's not
in
like a
action.
nobody, but at the same time, I see some of her stuff and I'm like, this is not technically very challenging.
We know that the virtual production in real-time 3D engines is one of the
She's not
hottest
doing
trends
anything
in this
super,
growing industry.
yeah,
It
like
reduces
super taxing on her
the
system.
time between creation and finalization without
Especially right now.
sacrificing quality. And
Yeah.
I'm thrilled to
Probably right
share
now
that
she's
we
just
have
chatting,
Rich Hurry,
not doing anything.
an expert in the field of animation and
Or is she
visual
playing
effects,
games?
and the co-founder and president of KiteString.
Yeah,
to show you
then she
this
is playing some
process in
games, like
real
her
time. So
her
welcome, Rich.
whatever,
Thank
her
you for
live
joining
stream
me.
from before.
I'm super honored to be
And apparently
here
she's got a
today.
G Fuel
It's fun
sponsorship,
seeing
so
all this
she's
innovation.
hit
It
critical
really
mass
is,
with her
for me
following,
personally, a
and
driving force for my creative journey
that's
as a
funny.
character
She's got her
designer.
own personal avatar that
really,
looks
for
like
that
herself
fact,
in game,
all
so
the advancements
kudos
we're
for
seeing in
that.
this right
She's,
now was
you
the
know,
inspiration for my team to create Ozone
trying
in
to
the first
play as
place,
herself.
which is
That's
our
fun.
technology for creating high quality characters for film, TV,
What's
and
up, Oz?
Laptop
Is that your
giveaways?
guy?
Ozone Rig Studio allows for a rig once, animate anywhere approach to production.
Hey, the
allowing
fam's
artists to
here.
work in Maya, Modo, Unreal, Unity, and really any application over time. So anyway,
No, that's great. I know you brought us some things to show us in action.
I
so,
do.
yeah,
I
let's
do.
do
I
it.
do. So this
You
scene
brought
I
us some
was
things?
working
I
on,
do.
last week on the road.
It's called grammar,
I had to
homie.
say,
Try it.
This laptop with these new processors, I'm getting workstation level performance on the go.
He's a joke. I am joke.
Awesome. So anyway, let's take a look at this scene here, and I'm going to show the process of taking animation from one environment to
Blender? Is
another
that what he's saying? You can't
really quickly. So
like
let's do
pictures
this.
in
I'm
the
going to hit
way.
play on this, and it's pretty easy. So what we do is we'll just export an
using?
Ozone clip here. out of
Maya.
Autodesk,
He's in Maya.
and then we'll take
Yeah.
that, and then we'll bring it into Unreal. If I hit play, we'll see that we've got the same animation here running in the real-time environment.
Dude,
Now,
that's a very
if I
phallic
make a
looking dog.
change Now, in the past, I'd have to go back
I thought it
into
was
my
like some
animation
alien
environment,
type stuff.
and I'd have to make a change. I'd have to
It kind of
reach and bring
does,
it
but
in.
it also, I
Totally
mean,
out of my
real talk, that's a dick.
Alien had a
Rig
pet
Studio, I
dog.
can come
That's
in
what
here
you
and I
got.
can make changes live. So we're gonna select the mushroom
weird
puppy
looking-
here.
Mushroom puppy, yeah.
That-
Anytime they say it's a mushroom,
call it,
it's actually a dick.
Creepy cute, and I type in cute instead of jaw. So
Creepy
we'll do
cute.
that.
Yeah.
You
He
can see
knows
that
what's
now
up.
I can literally
Whoa.
change this on the
Whoa.
fly in context.
Okay.
I don't have to
Getting
kind of
weird.
jump out of my flow. And if I go here, we'll do it to our other character, Zoe. I can do the same thing with
Zoe
her.
is hiding
So I'm gonna
behind
go
a
ahead
stone
and set up
because
the
she's
jaw. I'm
worried
gonna look
about
at her
the
brow
D
controls.
dog.
And I'm going to add a little bit of
There's
concern.
shroom-
So I
Why?
can
there's
just
shroom dog.
bring up her
Why
brows
so
a little
anxious,
bit.
Zoe?
Yep. Right, and it really shows some concern.
I won't
but
rat you out
again, I
that you're
didn't
at
have
work,
to come out of
Oz.
my flow. I get to work in context, and on this laptop, I can work in real time.
Hey, work.
No, I love
Oz
it. I
is
love that
Oz
we're
is
able to
watching
keep you in the
YouTube.
flow with that
Yeah, they don't care.
performance, and you don't have to jump out and then
It's
come
true.
back.
They really don't
It-
care.
it is a
Seems
fan-
like a real game changer.
It is a fantastic
Well,
way to
where
work.
he works,
and
they probably
Ozone
would.
Rig Studio.
No!
I won't
rat
rat
you
you out.
enable feature film quality characters, whether you're in games, virtual production, or in a
No,
traditional
nothing good yet,
animation
Jason.
pipeline.
Nothing.
It really allows artists to work
nothing
in
cool.
context, in real time, and honestly, just like your
Cooler
new family
things
of
happen on the
processors,
NVIDIA
all without
stream. I think
compromise.
that was
That's
probably the
fantastic. Well,
coolest.
hey, Rich,
and it
thank
was
you very
just
much.
software. That was probably the coolest thing I've seen today.
Very, very exciting.
That was
So,
huge,
from
man.
gaming
Yeah,
to
I
creating,
mean,
our
as far as the
12th
differences
generation
between
Core
all
8
three of the
series
announcements
processors
today,
deliver
dude,
superior
AMD,
laptop
like, as per
performance.
usual, they
And
announced
as
some
part
kind of
of one of the
hardware
most
that
open
sounds
and
really
robust
good, but then it is,
ecosystems in
like,
the
fundamentally
industry. We're
disappointing
proud to be
on,
working
on
with
like,
our partners to
one
deliver
or two
choice
metrics,
in
right? It's
design.
fundamentally
Typical
disappointing.
refresh of a refresh situation.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
it's
go
like,
on.
oh,
I'm pleased to
so
introduce
close.
more
It
than
was almost a
20
good
new
announcement,
designs powered
but it was
by
on the
the
hardware
A-series
side. Like,
processors.
no software
From
announcement at
partners
all, because
including
you know it's going to launch
Dell,
without enough support.
Gigabyte, HP,
A lot of laptops.
Lenovo, MSI, Razer,
Eh.
Republic of Gamers, and more.
Like, it's Intel, bro.
What's that last one? It's got a screen on the screen side.
Hmm.
Oh, Wistron. That was cool looking. That'd be cool for
Yeah, man.
chats.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could physically read your
I
chat
love it.
without having me
And
in
this
the
is
middle of your
just the
screen.
beginning.
There's no
In
other use for
total,
that.
We'll deliver more than 100
Yeah.
designs this year. And Chuck, I believe you've got one of
Better
Acer's
be like a
newest
streaming
designs with you here
dedicated
today.
laptop.
That's right, GB. This is the new
Poor
Fred
Chuck.
Right,
Strike
GB.
500 SE. This device
Chuck,
features
this
a
guy.
mix of
These guys,
technology
man.
and an
We need to
incredibly
meme this
slick
guy.
design to feel your gaming from anywhere.
I feel like I'm
This
watching
includes the
a
12th gen core, up to
late night
32 gigs
infomercial
of
trying to
DDR5
sell
Right,
something.
shop-
memory,
shopping
2
channel.
PCIe
That's right,
10
Chuck.
storage,
Let's tell the
and
folks
Intel
at home
Wi-Fi
all
6
about
Is it
this new
QVC?
Acer
every
Predator.
12th gen platform,
Right.
so you can have
Yes, at
confidence
QVC.
in an uncompromised
The
on-the-go
Predator
experience.
Triton 500
We're not
SE
only
has
bringing the
all the
target technology
features. You want more features? It's got them.
We're also bringing it to
Tell us more about that, Greg.
laptops.
You've got it, GB.
I'm very excited to announce we're in production and shipping a new product line called the 12th Gen Intel Core P series.
But
This family includes 6 brand new processors
P-series.
delivering up to twice the performance above
What's
our
up with this?
KS
What's up with this thing?
HP.
This theme today? Thin
Chuck, let's
and
show
light,
everyone what they can
like
expect from the P series.
CPUs. Like
Happy to, GB. The new
Yeah,
PC
they're-
devices
I
are
hate when he
Intel,
says that.
I was saying this when you were doing that coffee break, man. I think that Intel, their whole strategy right now is basically to try to get in the public's perception to try to set themselves up as some kind of like real competitor to
So
ARM.
the new ways we
But
are
bro,
working,
we all know
collaborating,
it's pretty much
and
already game
creating
over. ARM
can
is
be done
taking over
anywhere without missing a
for
beat.
consumers,
Wow, thanks, Chuck. Those are some great
not
news
for
there.
like
Oh my
creators.
gosh.
And as you've heard today,
Well, thanks,
our
Chuck.
Intel execution is back, and we're moving at a more accelerated
Oh my
pace than ever.
gosh, these
In
guys.
total, we're delivering
Right, Chuck, you mind handing me one of those? Just you know, chuck
These
it.
two were like by far the funniest that we've watched today. Other than possible 2 AI robots we watched present earlier.
And with our next generation
Right.
processors,
These two seem like real people.
That's true. Yeah, man, these guys couldn't be AI.
They are real people.
From us in performance and choice coming later in 2022.
He's
Now,
chuckling.
the innovation we're driving with our CPUs
Thinking about dad
is
jokes
just
in his
part of
head.
the story. As you know, we've been
Get
on
it?
a mission
Chuckling.
to deliver the best PC experience with our Intel Evo platform. Since its launch, we've delivered more than 100 Evo verified designs from our leading OEM partners. We co-engineer and test each design against real-world conditions to ensure
Not
these
impressed,
are the
Chuck.
best experiences on the planet.
Right? Real world
Today,
conditions
we've gone
like
through
what?
2 generations.
Rain, hail,
And
sleet?
today, I'm pleased to announce
Can my
the
Tell
kids
me.
third
step on it?
generation of our Intel
Yeah,
Evo
right.
spec.
In the snow.
In this spec, we're adding new
Wi-Fi
technologies to the
6E
platform, including
again. What?
Intel
Come
Wi-Fi
on,
6E,
guys.
background dynamic
Well, 6
noise reduction using the AI.
I thought that
engine
I think they're
deployed into the
skipping 6
platform.
because it's not that great. I think
And
they're
for
just finally
people looking
getting
for
to that
additional
over that
performance,
they're
we're
like,
extending the
oh, look at
spec
that Intel
to
Arc
include
GPU.
select 12th Gen H series designs
All
and
right.
an option that includes our new Intel Arc discrete graphics that you're going to hear more about
Bruh.
later.
Okay,
All
yeah.
right,
Over
all
the years,
right,
show
all
how
right,
Dell
Chuck.
leveraged
Tell me more.
all of this new
Right?
technology in one
They got our
Yeah,
attention.
my
Evo
attention.
design.
So GB, with these new technologies added to the platform, we're able to engineer incredibly powerful devices.
QVC
like
guy
this brand
doesn't
new
understand
Dell
about
Precision
lighting
Mobile
grids.
Workstation.
Stop
This is
flashing
Stop moving
lights
it.
in our eyes.
Ground-up redesign that features our H series 45-watt processor.
Look at the camera,
an Arc
not
discrete
the
graphics,
screen,
alongside
not
a
this
powerful
card screen
platform
behind
that
you.
supports consistent responsiveness, all-day battery life, and
45
more.
watts is not
And
that bad
really,
No.
for peak
to
consumption.
have a 45-watt processor,
It's like
a
some
discrete
Apple
card, and
M1
something that looks
status
like a
on that,
chassis
man.
is
Those
incredible.
things
Yeah, I
run
love it. I
super
love that
low on
design.
watts.
It's absolutely stunning. And we're
Yeah,
adding
so that's
more
what I'm saying,
choice
dude.
to
ARM.
Those
I
M1s
think
are
they're.
good.
experience that meets their needs.
Yeah, I was tempted,
All
dude.
backed
I'm
by
not
the
gonna lie. I was
Intel
seriously
Evo
tempted to get an
promise,
My,
M1
delivering
as
the
my
best
lap
We
experience.
replacement.
got an M1 in
And you can
the
expect us
iPad
to
that we have.
continue
I got my
advancing
kids an
and evolving
iPad,
the
and I
spec.
got one with an
Now,
M1
one
in
of
it,
the
just so I
things that
could
jumped out at
have
us was
something
this
with an
need
M1,
for a
and dude, it
better,
is
more
so
unified
fast.
cross-device experience.
So
That's
fast.
awesome.
I use it
According
for
to a
artwork
recent
as well,
study,
and it, dude, it's great.
70% of people access the internet across multiple devices.
That's cool, man.
And 90% of those
It
people
was a good
use
step forward
multiple
for them.
screens to accomplish a single task.
In my
At
opinion.
Intel, we want to unify that experience.
Yeah,
and
I don't
make
like
you know, I
Apple,
agree.
but
And with
it was a
that,
good step
I'm pleased
forward
to
for them
announce that
to
we've
go
acquired
more
Screenovate,
right
a
proprietary
pioneer leader in
and
delivering technology for
it actually
advanced
works
interaction
very
between
well.
multiple devices based on different operating environments. Now, by integrating and building on Screenovate's technology, we intend to enable new interactions with full flexibility across ecosystems, operating systems, and form factors. And most importantly, it'll be built on top of that Intel Evo promise I just talked about. So Chuck's going to give us a glimpse of what this experience will look like.
Hey, GB, this new Intel technology will break through the communication barriers no matter what your devices are or no matter what OS you're running. So let me
memorize
give
their
you some
names by the end of
examples.
this stream.
The first thing we have is we have my iPhone here, but you can see my iMessages and SMS texts are showing up on my Evo laptop. Not only can I see them, I can easily reply.
That's
Now,
it's already a thing
there's
now.
also devices that are attached to our phone, such as our watches. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta love
Make
how
sure we can
all
jot everything
technology
here.
companies pretend like
Go
they're
to
the
our
first
phone.
ones to think of this. Like
And you can
Apple,
see
for example, when they're
I
like,
got
"You
my
don't
heart
get
rate
it. You
and my
need a
oxygen rate right
smartwatch."
there.
And
I can
Motorola was
also
rolling their eyes
take
like,
a look if I recently
guys,
captured
come on, really?
ECG
We did this with
captures.
Google
again,
and with
all my
Android
health
like
data
years
right
ago.
here on my Evo laptop. Now, many people also love
I mean, good for
second
them, I
displays
guess.
when they
It
travel.
looks
So let me show you, I
nice.
can take my Android
Looks clean.
tablet and turn it into a second display.
Clean software is important. So I mean,
We're going to click on our tablet.
But,
we're going to hit extend screen.
Oh, all right.
And you can see how my workflow is already moving across
there
both
you go.
screens.
That's
now,
cool.
Let's take a look at those devices that everybody has in their house.
Pass through over
like
USB.
A smart TV.
That's cool.
So I'm going to go here and take a picture real quick.
Is that through software, man? Is it passed through software?
Let's go take a camera.
Or is it through the USB-C?
Oh, gee, there you are.
Yeah, right. Or and is it a secondary virtual screen, or is it an extension of the primary?
TV.
Correct.
And you can see it's going to land up
That's
right
what
on
I
my
wanna
TV,
know.
so I can share it with everybody. See, you caught me by
software
surprise, GB.
playing.
Now, again,
looks like it is.
all our devices. We've got
How they were
Chromebooks,
calling it.
Android phones, Android watches,
Yeah.
smart TVs.
Dude, Chuck is so over this demo. That selfie, he's like, yeah, it works. Okay.
To our Evo platform.
Wow, I love it, Chuck.
That's
Thank you so
software.
much. This is
all the things
really
he just
gonna be a
mentioned,
game-changing
that's software.
experience.
All software.
And I love to see the PC remains the center of it all,
That's always
enabling
great.
all those devices to work seamlessly together.
I don't know, man. I think some of it is
And I'm
some of it's
excited to
hardware
announce
too.
this
Like
experience will be
Wi-Fi
available
Direct. Man, here's the
on an
thing. Wi-Fi
exclusive
Direct
number
is
of
not
Intel
new.
Evo platforms
Not even
holiday
remotely.
2022.
It's like literally 10 years old,
PC
bro.
really is one of the most innovative and open platforms ever invented. And we're committed to advancing the experience to ensure it remains the human touch point in a world of ubiquitous computing.
I'm not sorry.
To do that,
you guys can suck it. If you didn't come here for criticism, go watch this thing direct.
Beyond. And with that, I'm
sorry.
thrilled to
Grab
welcome
more
Lisa
popcorn.
Rose to share the advancements we're making in our discrete graphics business. Hi, Lisa.
Thanks, GB. To build on the momentum you just shared, I'm excited to announce that we are now shipping our Intel Arc discrete GPUs for 12th Gen Core 8 Series mobile designs to our leading OEM customers. With our long-standing partnership with key OEMs, we've enabled rapid integration of Intel Arc into their next-generation platforms. In fact, some of the designs are with us today.
Hey, that was a desktop.
Alienware's X17.
I saw a desktop, not a
A
laptop.
premium laptop gaming experience powered
Dude,
by
yeah,
12th
right.
Gen
Kudos to whoever to whatever board partner creates a desktop motherboard that lets you drop one of these in.
17-inch gaming laptop to date.
With a little carrier, right? Carrier silicon.
This enables high-performance mobile content creation and
by those cheap Chinese like mobile processors with ZIF pinouts.
Will launch more than 50
Gigabyte right
mobile
there.
and desktop designs,
Gigabyte and Asus.
all using Arc.
Oh, look
In
at the
fact,
bottom.
Many of the H series systems we showed already have Arc integrated.
Bottom 4.
One of the advantages we can offer
Alienware,
our customers and gamers
NUC.
is the enhanced experience
And the last one
that
looked
come
like an
with combining
iBuy power.
Intel Arc GPUs and Intel Core
Yeah,
platforms.
that NUC's gonna slap though. You know it's gonna be
dude,
properly
for sure.
ventilated.
Technologies where our CPU and GPU
Those NUCs are
architects
powerful,
have
man.
collaborated at the platform level to deliver
Yeah,
better
that's the right form
experiences
factor,
with
right?
Intel
Like
graphics
they always
and
like
Intel
They're
half of
lacking
them have like
software.
Our first
Yeah.
technology in the Deep Link portfolio
this
is
could
called
be their-
Dynamic Power Share.
This could be their
Where
game
the
change.
processor and graphics
Their
communicate
Evo
to have an optimal
software
set of
they got
performance
going on.
levels depending on the workload.
yeah. I started salivating a little
graphics
bit,
needs more power,
thinking about
you can
getting
set the
a
cost of
NUC
the
with this
processor and vice
one
versa.
NUC instead of like whatever the
We'll also
10
introduce
Raspberry
new
Pis that it would
features
replace.
that enable more user choice between performance and battery life and performance while streaming. But today I want to focus on our next Deep Link technology, hyper-encode.
Hyper income?
With the rise
Encode.
of social media, video
I thought she said this is hyper income. I'm like, yes, sign me up. I will.
I'm in.
Responsible
okay.
for both the
Yeah.
decoding and encoding of media.
Okay.
Depending on your content, the video export process, where modified videos get encoded for external sharing, can be very time-consuming. This
If you're
diagram
using
is
Intel
showing the
encoder,
encode
yeah.
process today with hyper-encode.
Shots fired.
Each sequence of frames is processed in order, one block after another on one device.
Yeah.
Now with hyper-encode, this is where we leverage all the technology in the platform and automatically divide the encoding work between the CPU's integrated graphics and the discrete Intel GPU. This speeds up the encoding by 1.4x. Now let's take a look at
Yeah,
a demo.
or you could do a hardware implementation of no recode H.264.
We're showing the export process where an edited video
Yeah.
is encoded for sharing. You select render
Codec
all to start the export.
H.265.
On the top of the screen, you can see the frames that are currently being encoded. In the middle, we're using our free public tool, the Intel Graphics Performance Analyzer, to show our activity on both our integrated and discrete.
That's the thing, though.
They didn't
Man,
want to say which one it was.
Progress bar blown up from
the one kind of the BS here, though, is that
a traditional system would
I mean, 80 to 90% of all videos that are edited for the web are they're cuts only. Like there's no color grading, there's no special effects. Nobody's doing like custom tracking or anything special. Like what they're showing right here. For the most part, I mean, what they need is no recompress editing, right? Where you just you only recompress where there's been an edit point to recreate your iframes.
Now, of course, for many discrete GPU users, it's all about gaming. And to deliver the best experiences on Arc, we partner with major game developers to optimize for Intel devices. As part of that work, I'm excited to announce an exclusive partnership with Kojima Productions and 505.
Gogeta!
The director's cut of Death Stranding will be coming to PCs this spring. This is the definitive version of the game, with additional game modes, a new infiltration mission, and extra
You killed
content.
Kojima, you monster!
We've been working with Kojima on integration of many key Intel technologies. For example, the game will deliver optimal core utilization on 12th gen Intel Core
Good for this
processors
guy.
In the future.
and XESS,
Right?
our AI-based
Good for him. They got him to
image
use his
upscaling
face.
technology for our GPUs. With the director's cut, gamers can explore a vast world of ultra settings and high performance enabled by XESS. And we've seen rapid and eager adoption by the gaming ecosystem. With our
They're like, well, they say that sex sells, but we can't name it that. We'll just name it sex backwards.
Performance and improved visuals of XESS.
Pulling the
We've
Tesla.
also been working with
We'll just replace an E with a 3 so they don't sue us.
engines and multiple titles. We're enabling a broad collection of XESS games
They're still
throughout
sexy with their
2022.
cars.
Shipping Intel Arc to leading mobile OEMs and broad adoption of our new technologies like XESS and HyperEncode marks an important milestone on our discrete graphics journey.
This is quarter one.
Stay tuned. More excitement is ahead.
Yeah, right? Both AMD and NVIDIA were like, yeah, 17th, yeah, 27th. Yeah, we got hard dates, or 19th.
Step forward on our
What is this?
XPU journey. We're delivering the computational horsepower our customers demand in whatever architecture or form best suits their application. And you can count on Intel to continue to partner
The
closely with
computational
ISPs
horror.
to
This
ensure
is
that
power.
games and applications run best on Intel. And now for the final announcements of the show, I'd like to take everyone on a journey from the client to the edge to show you how Intel and Mobileye are going to drive us into the future. To share more, I'm happy to introduce Amnon Shah.
This is very sad.
They had me, and then they dropped me.
Dude, that was great. That moment there. I'm gonna make a 10-hour-long remix of that guy just sitting there all awkward.
Our revenue rose 40%.
You're welcome in advance, DCA fam.
We had 41
uncomfortable.
new design wins, which again is a record number.
He's trying to play it off now, like, yeah, it's a record number for us. Yeah, we know. You know what else is a record number, homie?
What's up with the vehicles thing? Here's another one. Vehicle models launched.
This year we also launched 108.
Honda.
They all seem to care.
Honda, BMW, Volkswagen.
With our technology, with our chips.
Oh boy.
That is kind of big, the brands, but like, I mean, you know, for them, all the industrial applications, that's where they're hoping they'll live in the next like 20 years, when everything is cloud-based and we only stream stuff. They need to have some of these contracts in place, so I get why they're competing there. Sucks for us though.
We'll talk about this later. Travel Assist 2.5 with the cloud-based enhancement using our crowdsourced RAM technology was launched this year. And our biggest effort in driving assist is supervision, 11 cameras around the car powered by 2 IQ5 chips.
Supervision? Isn't that what you give your kids when they're at the park?
The Zeekr, it's a brand
with 11 cameras.
A few thousands of cars have been shipped already, and through a over-the-air update, more and more
how many cameras
advanced
are in the
features
car?
would be
out of the car.
Would be delivered
How many are in the car?
to customers. One of the reasons of our great success is Ford.
Triple
and
that.
to help us learn more about
Sorry, man. I remember being a person who was
like to welcome,
interested in spending time in girls alone with cars that didn't have cameras in them.
CES. I'm delighted you can join me on stage today, even though we are having to meet virtually.
And thank you. Such a privilege to represent all the team members at Ford. We've been working on safety technology for like a century, so we love working with Mobileye. Your technology is incredible.
Okay, hold on a second. The airport Wi-Fi is kind of cutting out. He's totally in the bathroom there.
Especially your IQ sensing system. So congratulations on all your success.
Ford IQ sensing situation. You don't want that in a Ford, man. It'll be like, oh no, you're too intelligent. Go get a Chevy. Oh,
it's a relationship that we are expanding. Can you give us some more color on what's
new? As long as it ain't catching on fire, man.
Well, when we first got into the ADAS systems and now into level 2, you know, the mapping technology was something that was a concern, and your REM mapping technology in our future versions of Blue Cruise are really important for our hands-free driving solutions. There are a lot of applications
what a Blue Cruise is.
Not a concrete lane.
Yeah,
just said what this interesting
really
word is.
Safety critical for
guaranteed it's some internal jargon. It's like something that means nothing. It's never going to come out of like internal development.
We're very excited to deploy maps.
They're actually slowly. They're actually laughing in the background. They're chuckling as he says,
that provide value to
that
end
guy.
users.
He said he wasn't going to say it.
Ford Mobileye future look like?
Yeah.
Well, further out, I think Ford and Mobileye are working on
that guy's still totally awkward.
It's been a long relationship, and
Poor guy's
we
never been
trust
on
each
camera
other.
ever in his life.
What I'm most excited about as a CEO is working on your open platform, on a whole new generation of autonomous technologies that are going to really change customers' lives,
from the work from home
moving from
environment.
safety to doing all sorts of new things inside.
We're just lucky he's wearing clothing today.
Thanks to your technology.
That's right. Our new IQ
we
6
don't know if he's wearing
High
pants.
and IQ Ultra, which I'll talk about tomorrow during the under the hood technical deep dive that I'll give tomorrow, gives Ford and the industry a platform for innovation that's directly tied into the IQ functionality.
Well, the progress is great. I love how the teams are working together.
The feedback they have is
Amnon,
terrible.
it's been great to work with you specifically, and your team of technologists.
Get out of the bathroom.
Are really so broad. I mean, we just couldn't offer the systems that we do at Ford.
Change the fluorescent light.
When we're betting on Mobileye for our future.
Thank you, Jim, for joining us. It's truly a privilege to work with you and your team, and a great 2022 for all of us. Thank you. Back to you, GB.
Now I'd like to turn to another one of Mobileye's long-standing customers.
He said back to you, GB. This isn't GB.
Volkswagen recently debuted a state-of-the-art driver assistance system called Travel Assist 2.5.
He looks less awkward here.
To widely apply Mobileye's unique RAM crowdsourced
probably pre-recorded
technology.
Yeah, for sure.
Production vehicles equipped with Mobileye technology are gathering road signal data via driving assist systems.
Come on, man. Looks like you give a shit.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not pre-recorded. I take it back.
Automatic map creation algorithms that we have been developing over the past 5 years. Those maps are sent back to vehicles, and on board the vehicle there is a localization process being done, where the car localizes itself in the map, and all the map data is kind of a cloud-based assistance to the driving assist. Of course, it's powering our AV technology, but in the context of what we'll be seeing right now, it's a cloud-based enhancement for driving assist. I was in Munich 2 weeks ago and met with the Volkswagen Group Chairman of the board, Dr. Herbert Diess, and we went for a drive to see how it works. I would like to share with you some of our conversation.
I'm really excited to be here because we need a good understanding to make the right decisions.
You know, we have been working for so many
I'm also excited that we no longer make the leather for our cars out of human skin. When
you talk about autonomous driving and driving assist, there's lots of evolution for driving assist that will give lots of value to customers. It's really adding a very unique element, which is now cloud-based assistance.
And no longer human skin.
Together Actually, we have been starting working on it back in 2017.
Yes, I finally get to talk to a person.
I think even 16 when we started.
Look how happy he is.
Discussion.
He doesn't look
now
miserable.
We see it really in
He's
production.
talking to another person. He's so
Lots
happy.
of data
Right.
about the
Yeah, it's tough because
world.
I mean, these execs, this is what they know.
Driving assist. So even if you drive in an area that you
To read
don't see lane
emotions.
marks, the cloud knows about it, and helps the lane centering. It's great.
Here you can feel that it's RAM data because we're not in the middle of the lane, we're not to the right, we're just doing a natural pass now.
And it's continuously on. Right?
It's continuously on. It's working really well.
You see road boundaries, like there are 2 lanes here and you don't see a lane mark.
Yes. No, it's working well.
So I think the next step of now using RAM is to start using traffic lights. So today RAM is only the drivable path.
Yeah.
Is using traffic light information. Then we have data.
He's so freaked out. He's like, I'm not letting go of this wheel at all, ever.
Then it creates a very, very smooth control.
It drives
areas where
itself.
you have
Yeah,
splits
I
and
know
now
it does.
You know who has priority.
You can let go. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Do you think it will be possible at some stage that we even can update the AI part of the camera?
I think that the AI part has 2 parts, right? There is one, let's call it the pattern recognition.
Yes.
Now the algorithms for knowing.
Wow, they're definitely making it clear who they think they're competing with in this one, man. Like they don't. Intel is not trying to compete with AMD at all.
And then there's the part that understands more and more.
Like on some level, it's pretty obvious from this that they're taking shots at the whole like tensor core / like AI heavy institutional stuff that NVIDIA is doing.
Can do it through Swarm. The cloud processing.
But it remains cloud knowledge then.
It's cloud knowledge. And in cloud...
The cloud has knowledge.
You have much more processing power.
I thought it was just somebody else's computer. What do you mean it has knowledge? Does it have knowledge of my selfies? Or the photos I keep on my phone of me in my underwear?
Is it gonna talk back to me?
And there's no reason, with the advancement of computing, that will not take us a day. And then later,
yes, Gunter, it does have knowledge of you and your underwear selfies. Unfortunately, he smiles, huh?
Can then be updated and streamed
so nicely
stream to cars.
Are you happy with how we can work together now?
But I would like to say, in terms of our relationship, we have been doing things.
With our relationship, I too have underwear selfies in the cloud.
Volkswagen were the first. We've talked about 2016. It's very, very innovative. But I think there's.
By the way, anybody watching, this is I'm using fair use for parody and criticism.
Very good.
Okay.
Don't take it seriously. This is the internet.
So RAM is truly a game changer. It's lean data,
back to sad.
Automated map creation.
Sad sack.
Let me show you some of under the hood of what we just
Welcome back to our CEO, Sad Sack.
With Herbert. You see here in this.
He's only happy when other sacks are around him.
As we are driving, we're going to take a right. And
the sadness of your sack.
There are no lane
He's
marks.
sack happy.
Now the 2 magenta lines are the central drivable paths. You see there is one oncoming and one the path that we are driving through.
Okay, I won't be impressed by this until it helps me out in the snow, you idiots.
In this kind of road, either the car would not be, either the technology would not be.
Seriously, this is useless anywhere that you get bad winters. This exact same road in the winter, it's going to have to be able to generate the same data from those road markers, if those even exist,
You see
right,
that traffic lights,
you can't see them.
The RAM map technology can associate traffic lights with drivable paths. This is a very important feature, not yet available at the Travel Assist 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
What if you're on a rural road with no lines?
You can provide a very powerful customer function to prevent cars from running a red light. It's not enough just to detect a red light. One needs to know the relevancy of each traffic lights.
You're telling me no gravel roads, no dirt roads,
this is also provided by the map data.
Old country roads.
You can see here just a top view.
That's the thing, Mikhail. I mean, obviously, these guys know nobody really lives in those states outside of New York or California or, those cities like London. Obviously. I mean, who would live outside of those places?
A very, very strong amplification of what you can do both with driving assist
non-target
and
selling people
with the autonomous driving. If we look at the coverage, we have 2.5 million kilometers of road covered in Europe. In terms of the amount of data collected in 2021, it's around 4 billion kilometers of data being collected. Today, we have about 25 million kilometers of data every day, collected every day. So going forward to 2022, it's going to be around 10 billion kilometers of data going forward for 2022. You know, this kind of data allows us to efficiently expand our footprint in terms of autonomous vehicle testing into many different territories. Right? We're testing in Israel,
New York City,
Munich, Detroit, New York City, Tokyo, Paris. Tokyo, Paris is new. I'll show a bit of what we have. This is in Paris. Before I run the clip, this is a joint cooperation with RATP group. It's a major public.
Speaking of Detroit, you ever seen that guy? What's his name? Detroit Urban Survival Tactics.
Can use the autonomous test car with a safety driver, of course.
Guy that does all the disarms. He's full of it.
From the offices to their home, and the application, the top layer application, is powered by MoveIt. Which is a company
anonymous. You must not be a zombie yet. You need more Netflix. Oof.
So let me run this.
Mega nope.
It's a bit fast forwarded, but you can see the richness of the driving situation. You know,
oh my gosh,
Paris is very very difficult scene to drive in, even for a human driver. And you can see the kind of
testing. Except that human drivers have been doing it for decades, boy.
That's chaotic.
Here is another testing site in Tokyo. I'll run this clip. Again, you know, the richness of pedestrians. The roads are narrow.
A lot of people.
Obstacles. You know, pedestrian crossing zones.
5 points.
And so forth. So you can see that, you know, our REM data provides us geographic scalability.
Dude, right? That is the one thing that is like messed up about today's world. Every single time that I play like GTA and then I get back behind the wheel, I'm like, oh. If only.
Driving assist. If we
take
I could do this premium driving assist
with
map
can't
data
do that.
to its
That's terrible.
Extreme, you have what we call supervision. The first launch is with the Zeekr brand of Geely. It was launched about a month and a half ago. There are a few thousands of vehicles already delivered to customers. There are 11 surround cameras, 8 megapixels. Powered by two IQ5 chips. The ECU, the entire board, is designed and provided by Mobileye. And the kind of driving that you saw in the previous two clips is what this car would be able to do with over-the-air update that would be delivered throughout.
I bet those are the Intel FPGA
Just
chips.
To show you an example, this is in Israel.
That would make more sense, man.
Testing the vehicle with the kind of software that will
especially if like he's saying, as far as there being like significant firmware updates.
And you can see
there's nothing. Nothing else it could be.
Traffic lights, taking turns. It's all. No, the same kind of
performance. Sorry, there are obviously other things it could be, but as far as getting that ultra high performance,
Zeekr car will be able to do. So
deep learning
vehicles have been shipped,
and like
over
remembering
the update during the next
GPUs can't remember.
Would gradually bring the capabilities of this vehicle to the navigate on pilot, point to point, hands-free driving, but as a level 2
FPGA can mimic a GPU.
Together with the Zeekr, we also announced
storage at the same
this
time.
week the first design win for consumer level for platform.
It's all on one board.
Start of production early 2024. It's going to be powered by 6 IQ5 chips, an ECU that we also.
This thing though, dude, this car Zeekr, I don't want to see the stuff start being imported into the US. I don't.
Going back to our chips.
This is weird.
Our IQ chips.
This is probably by far the strangest thing. Intel's making a car, and it's kind of what I'm getting the point out of here.
No, it's worse. That the VC group behind this car they're showing, Zeekr, is called Geely. They are wholly owned by Chinese investors.
Very, very efficient. It's a combination of hardware and software. It's purpose built.
We don't need that here.
It's a very, very low power
consumption,
very high performance.
Well, and internationally too. Why, like, really? You think Honda and Volkswagen and BMW and all the rest, they're just gonna like whatever roll over and take it?
To announce, we have 3 new generations of next generation of IQ. In the under the hood session, I will provide more details.
Yep.
It's IQ6 and IQ Ultra. I'm showing here
risk B.
The crown jewel. IQ Ultra is an AV on chip. It is roughly equivalent to 10 IQ 5s. It's on a 5 nanometer process. There are 4 families of accelerators that Mobileye has designed over many years. There are 64 accelerator cores in this chip, divided into two parts of 32, such that we can provide with a external MCU
this is what
system.
Buying
there is a GPU
FPGA
and
Intel
for
property gets you.
Power consumption.
This is what it birthed.
Way below 100
whenever they got into the FPGA department. This is what happened. This is what you got from it.
And it's important to
but here's the thing, though, man. Like to a group that's motivated enough, they should be seeing mining dollar signs when they show that on screen, because that's badass.
Take for example the two
GDDR5X.
The clip that I've shown you with our 2 IQ5
that's intense.
system. 2 IQ5 is only 30 tops.
I don't think any of the Xilinx stuff is on GDDR5X yet.
Driving policy and control. IQ Ultra will have also 12.
Maybe some of their newer,
cores,
nothing like blockchain related, of course.
Threads.
Yeah.
Maybe some of their newer division stuff.
Will be able to provide the full electronics of an autonomous car in a 2025
right?
frame, way below $1,000. Not the chip, the full electronics, the full ECU.
Yeah.
And this is propelling us to
velocity and traffic gone, road rage gone, drunk drivers gone, traffic in general gone.
So there are many more details to talk about, many more things to.
That's what they would go for.
I'll do that tomorrow with the under the hood session, an hour long under the hood session. So thank you, and back to you.
On just the FPGA development, is that what we're talking about?
Today we gave you just a glimpse of the advancements we're delivering from the client to the edge. And we'll continue to harness the powers and drive this accelerated pace.
Why is he short of breath? What the heck was this guy doing?
Throughout 2022.
He was nowhere near this scene.
And now for the final announcement.
He was in the bathroom taking a grumpy.
To share that Intel will
you're on now. And he goes, I'm nowhere near there.
10th and 11th.
I'm running.
Alongside our customers and partners, we'll
slow his voice down just a little bit.
Leveraging Intel technology to help solve some of the world's most pressing business challenges. We can't wait to see you there. And with that, thank you, stay safe, and let's make 2022 a great one.
Not saying it like that, but no.
Man, I feel bad for Bitsby tripping. He's in Las Vegas right now for the show, and they're all doing this stuff.
Kind of sad. Doesn't seem very eventful.
Right? All the biggest stuff.
I'm looking forward to him going live, if he goes live later, to cover hands-on footage if he can. I know he was talking about, trying to get them. I will gladly take that down. Psych.
Yeah,
dude. I would like to see if he's actually going to get on board coverage and hands-on. They definitely didn't until CES Mobileye.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We get anything about we don't get anything about the GPU crap. So PCs and graphics, Mobileye, 12th gen, IoT.
I don't know, man. Mikkel, here's my takeaway, bro. I think what I'm seeing from this lineup, though, so ARC going out to some hardware partners to put into some laptops that maybe we'll see this quarter. They kind of walked back any kind of a commitment as far as time to market. But seeing that actually happen this quarter, it's kind of got me rethinking whether I should get something with a 12th gen Intel processor plus an RTX, 3060 or 3070 in it as a laptop, a replacement for a new laptop. It's got me maybe wondering if I should wait. Maybe it'd be worth it. But we won't know till it launches and we see reviews, Yeah,
and they didn't tell us any kind of dates. They just said Q1.
Yeah, so there's that. That for me anyway. That's one takeaway. The other one is that processor that he showed that has like the AV on chip, right? Or they're basically their RISC-V processor, which is
this beautiful
pretty
little work of art. Look,
dude.
There's the other one. Look, here we go. LPDDR5X channels. Ultra,
there it is. Yeah.
The 6L LPDDR4X. So that's one step down. Less tensor cores. Compute power would be a little bit less.
What's the other thing? They actually can't call it a tensor core, can they? Or are they calling? They're not calling it that.
No.
Yeah. So
IQ6H, LPDDR5. So this is their midline. This is the midline.
Yeah.
There's your lower end, and this is your high end. A little backwards, but yeah.
That's so by the way, I'm not seeing your screen share. I don't know if you can screen share to Discord also, so I can see real time.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
I'm getting
over here showing you, and acting like you can see it.
I mean, somebody can see it somewhere, but they're getting
the
just
stream.
much lag
The stream can see it.
But
I can.
But yeah, that the IQ SoC that they got there, that looks pretty dope to me.
There you go.
Nice. Let me pull that in live. Nice. So yeah, that guy, the Mobileye IQ Ultra. First off, it's oh my gosh, I hate that everything has to have like a stupid name now because everything seems to have a stupid name. But
yeah, so this is the one.
But this chip though,
top class. There's your mid class, right there. Or
nice.
Lower class. Sorry, there's your LPDDR4 4X channels, and then your LPDDR5. So your IQ6H is your mid. 6L is your light, and then there's your ultra.
Yeah, dude, these are so far ahead of.
That's deep.
Yeah, these are so far ahead of anything that was being talked about before. So the sort of like the little big architecture of ARM V8, right?
Mm-hmm.
That hit right with ARM. This is like such an extension of that philosophy as far as an SoC. This is so much more advanced than I think that most people realize. Now, are we ever going to see like a single board computer with these, or we're going to see something that's like similar to like Raspberry Pi, where you get like compute modules that you can put into like microclusters and stuff? I doubt it. Like, I don't think on the consumer side, I doubt we're going to be able to easily access stuff like this. But these chips, man, I'm convinced we're going to see a mining company do a bulk purchase and do a limited edition run of a mining part where they release some kind of bit streams or some kind of like custom mining software for it.
Right.
Because it's like, it's just perfect.
It's doing a lot. I mean, if you think about everything that it was doing, all of that information that it was digesting, there's a lot of potential that could be used there for more than what they are using it for.
Yeah, and I
think
the
there's
fact
a lot
that
left
they
on
are
the table.
Probably, I think those specific accelerators, like you were saying, they could be more akin to tensor cores, where they're hyper dialed into just a limited instruction set. But if they're even somewhat less constrained than just being like for tensor flow or something else, then maybe not. But I don't know. I think it's high time we actually did a proof of work algorithm that is that returns proof of some kind of TensorFlow operation. Personally, it's about time. Like, that could be the way that we do achieve some kind of proof of useful work, is by forcing proof of work to complete actions that leverage tensor cores or some kind of limited instruction set logic cores inside of all these systems.
Yep,
I don't know.
Because there wasn't much FPGA development for Intel, proof of work wise, other than what Squirrel had going on, which was never released to the public. So I don't know. And I know they definitely weren't running this. That's for sure. This is brand new technology. It's IQ stuff.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what can be used on the table for this, especially if it goes elsewhere other than just in cars on an ECU. That's literally where these are, is on an ECU for a car. There's two of them, depending on the car. The ECU that they were showing, there was two of these sitting on the board. So
Jeez.
Time to find one of their ECUs and grab a hold of it. Time to
yeah,
go backwards.
dude, coming to a DCA stream or a Mikkel stream near you. Totally hacking these things. That was fun, man. I don't know.
Intel is way easier to use on the FPGA plane, in my opinion. The way that you writing code in Vivado for Xilinx is, I think, more intense. Using like Vera Labs is a lot easier.
Yeah.
Codes wrote differently too. So I don't know. It was good. They could have covered a lot more on the GPU side. They were hitting real heavy on the IQs, which is the FPGAs that they have, basically for machine learning and sampling. Art graphics, we know nothing other than Q1. That's kind of a recap. Some of the partners that they got for this was Acer. It kind of shows you here, like ZenBooks, Asus ZenBooks. So all of these are going to be probably laptops. The Aurorus, of course, is a laptop as well, but that does cover GPUs. So maybe we'll see something from them for board partners or motherboards.
Clevo, sorry to get hung up on this, but dude, Clevo, really? Clevo still exists?
That's what I never knew. It's hair. That's new to me as of this year anyway. I've seen a few things. But I mean, the bottom lineup you see down here on the bottom, this is where their desktop graphics are, and Alienware right there. So Dell Alienware is where you'll probably see the Intel Arc GPUs first, as well as, I don't know who this is. Maybe iBuy. No, that's iBuy Power. There's a little square.
Yeah, is that Razer?
I don't think it's Razer. They definitely don't like.
Yeah, zoom, enhance.
Predator?
Oh yeah, it's not.
It's the Predator. I think that's the Acer.
Maybe.
Predator.
Lateral scroll, zoom, enhance.
Yep, that's the Predator. That's the Acer Predator logo.
Yeah,
and
the NUC.
Nux, and then the iBuys. Or the Omen. Could be an Omen. Could be the Omen logo.
Yeah, that NUC looks beefy though. That is the beefiest looking case I've seen in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they currently have though? Is that their
real big card? Yeah, they didn't show any of the desktop graphics cards.
Man, what a freaking disappointment, man.
Yeah, it kind of was. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That's kind of all we know. There's the GPUs. That's.
Well, I wonder if the microsite for Arc though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's really. No, it has changed a little bit. No, it's changed a tiny bit though.
Did they?
Has it? No, not much. Yeah, the microsite doesn't really. It still has it's got the partners there, and yeah, doesn't really show a whole lot else. Product photos or anything.
And graphic processing units, Arc.
Yeah.
Everything they just went over. Literally. There's the closest look you have of what one looks like in that picture. Of what one actually looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
Other than that, it looks like there's nothing. Nothing that they've stated otherwise. Arc, super sampling. That's kind of it. Server GPUs. Nothing really. I mean, there's something.
Okay. Well, maybe you want to jump down this rabbit hole for a minute, or should we call it a day?
Performance page. What do we got? Show me what you got. Groundbreaking XGPU architecture. So this is Arc. There's Arc Performance.
Nice. Optimized for Android cloud gaming scalability. That's a very niche use case.
Very. System with 2 cards, 8 Intel server GPUs can scale 20 game instances per GPU without losing any streams due to inefficiencies. 160 total game instances. Based on lower power system on chip SoC design. Our powers Intel server GPUs flexibility. Well, that's interesting. Do we have more? Like,
Yeah.
What do we got? Nothing. Visual Cloud. What is a GPU?
I don't know, man. They might need to redefine it based on this particular solution. They're talking about basically like virtualizing Android on these little things with like multiple SoCs. Like, I don't know that I fully understood what they're actually offering there, right? With the server GPUs in the X class.
I don't know.
Yeah, streaming. So yeah, are they offering like, is it primarily live transcode for streaming, live like image compression for streaming? Or are they doing some kind of like, is it total OS virtualization and running a game on it? Or actually it does kind of say.
It kind of goes a little bit. 32 gigabytes of low power DDR4, TDP of 150 watts. Where'd go for that?
Tech power up. Jeez.
For video cards.
Here we go. Finally, something that makes sense.
So 2020. This is not new. Architecture Intel XELP. This is not new.
Yeah, and 10 nanometer process. So
this is nothing new. Redo it. They're just revamping the software for stuff that they had. Looks like, yeah, software side.
So funny. Open source for the win, yet again.
OS Linux.
Open source for the win, yet again.
Android in container. That's weird. Supports up to Android Pie 9.0. On what? They had me confused of what this is, man. Like,
yeah, a little virtualized system. But so you mind going back to video cards? Let's take a look at some of the stats there.
Oh, whoa.
So,
whoa. Where did that come from?
Well then.
Well, that's new.
There we go. Not a total wash then. Maybe they've got some info they've been sitting on, waiting for an embargo date like today.
Right? I mean, nothing shows 350, which is what we saw earlier today.
Dude, what?
This is literally what happened. They just released this. Look at that. Rumored release date, Q1 2022. They just posted this. EU. Latest reference cards added yesterday. Still don't know what it is. Not much awful. Thank you.
Yeah.
768 cores, 4 gigabytes of GDDR6, 64 memory bus. That's all the information we got on 6 TSMC 6 nanometer. And that's on they're calling this the ARC 350. The same. And then we have an ARC 380, looking at 6 gigabytes of GDDR6 at 1024 cores and a 96-bit memory bus.
Yeah, man.
That's better. But
you're right.
More information would be helpful as well. Not much has been posted. So, kind of all we got. Not much.
That sucks because this upscaled part a little bit with the wider memory bus and the higher memory size and more cores and everything. This beefed up model is going to be like hardly available at all across any of these platforms.
Whoa. 192, 12, 3072.
Okay, this is approaching something that may actually be usable.
This information was released months ago, so this could not be official anymore. Because this is the other two models they got going on here, the ARC and then the XEs. So I think these are the older generations.
Well, it's information,
no, it says
but
Q1, so I mean,
yeah, it could be that.
And then
it could be that was just
a lower version, 128 8 gigabytes at 2048. I mean, this is the ARC 1000 Alchemist series.
Dude, I think that I think you're right as far as the hardware limitations for kind of like effectively gimping mining performance across new generations of GPU hardware coming out. That's what I think I'm seeing here also, right? Like max memory bus was 192, 128 is good. This looks like the bread and butter model right here, frankly, with 2048 cores, 8 gigs of memory, right? This is going to be like where most gamers and content creators look to get to pick up a part. So they're going to manufacture the crap out of this piece here.
It's right here.
But then
their second tier is what it looks like. How they have listed.
Yeah.
So the 3080, which of course is this thing, which is like intense. 192, 12 gigabytes, 3000 cores.
There's one more in that lineup actually. That's a little bit looks like it's a little bit out of order, and that is
this one
the DG the 512 EU. Yeah, this should be beefy. Yep.
16 gigabytes at 256. But
but
only
they're measuring core
12 cores.
I think they're measuring cores differently across all of these. I think that's the thing.
Info that we have there: vector engines, matrix engines, ray tracing units, XE cores, render slices. That's more information than any of the other ones they've given us. Like there's a little bit XE cores there. Same there.
Vector engines. I think that's
most information released so far out of all of those.
Yeah, but I think there's a mismatch between them. I think that
and then it tells you there's another version of this, maybe. No, same thing. Yeah, it looks good.
Well, it seems apparent that just because of the memory bus, if this thing is at all useful for mining, that this is going to be the one that everybody huns in on.
Oh, for sure.
So, right, memory size is going to be no problem, even for some cuckoo cycle variants, right? So you won't have a problem with memory size at all.
Yeah, and this one was also published the latest or the earliest. All these other ones were published yesterday. 1/3/2022. Yesterday, as in like we say yesterday, probably was today.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
man. Now I'm all curious.
Kind of like all the information they kind of give us on that, on the whole Alchemist lineup of cards they got. Other than it's like XE Gaming Mobile and Professional Desktop with an XE Pro.
Jeez.
Some other crazy stuff.
Well, yeah, man. I'm a little bit less impressed by that because there's nothing to talk about, nothing to be impressed by,
Yeah.
So actually getting a hold of something would be nice. The 12th gen CPUs we already knew about; they're already shipping, so already in products. I don't know, man. I think as far as like the Intel CPUs, I think the kind of the ongoing story there is that they pair really well with NVIDIA GPUs for now, and then I don't know, with AMD, I'm not seeing a whole lot from the current announcement of Navi parts from earlier today that makes me think like, oh, you know what, I absolutely have to have an AMD CPU and GPU together. There's just like no other option. Yeah, nothing's got me to change my mind there. But I am a little bit excited about those about the sort of like AI, the automotive stuff from Intel, if it does indicate that there's going to be some kind of a good risk V, like mining hardware that can come out of it.
Right. Okay. But I gotta hop off of here. I gotta go take care of some stuff a little later than I thought it would be. But I appreciate you, buddy, for coming on, chit-chatting, and looking at all of this with me.
Yeah, this was fun.
I enjoy it. So, guys, thank you. Make sure you like, subscribe, put the bell notifications for time that we go live here on the channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. Jay will be going live tonight here at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern on the channel, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, stay awesome, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you again, Seth.
My pleasure. See you, everybody.